Thank you, Leroy. Tim, good to have you with us. Spurs Man United, how did that finish 1-0?
Well, we used the goals at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but I expected Tottenham to concede a few. But unfortunately, I think the lack of quality of Man United at the moment is there for everyone to see. I thought it was two average Premier League teams.
Was it as you expected, a team that was at the start of the play, 15th and 14th in the Premier League? Is that how it turned out, do you think, the game?
I think that's absolutely right. I think that's the way the game looked. And after the 90-odd minutes, what we saw, the evidence doesn't change. You know, in my opinion, I thought it lacked quality, lacked intensity. Obviously, both teams, a lot of injuries, so you cut them a little bit of slack. But Tottenham, I believe, got the points. I thought they probably deserved it, just edged it. But hopefully they can get some confidence out there and go on and put a run together now. Man United, I really don't know. I'm still more questions than answers. I felt that when Ruben had gone into that football club, I thought he might have done a lot better than he's actually done. I'm shocked at how bad he's done, to be perfectly honest. And I just think sometimes, I think he's genuine. I like listening to him. I think he's excellent in his press conferences, but I think he's a little bit flippant.
Do you think
his comments are very flippant?
Do you think he's been
Manchester
shocked?
United manager. You cannot be Manchester United manager and talk like he's talking.
Do you think he's been shocked by the size of the job that he's got?
I think he knows that Man United is the biggest club in the world, but I think he's shocked at the level of the Premier League. When he's at Sporting Lisbon and he's trying to build sides like he's done, he's been very successful. You've probably got 6 to 8 good quality games per season. Every game in the Premier League is a test, and it's a different level, and you can't coach on the job. It's impossible to do. You have to spend time on a training pitch. He would argue he hasn't had a lot of time, but there's a lot of other managers who have gone into clubs, had less time than him, and we still see an identity. We talked about an identity with Ten Hag. We didn't see one. He ended up losing his job. We expected this guy to go in there with a clear identity because he only wants to play one way.
I was going to say, we know the way he plays. We know the way he plays. We can see that.
It's nothing like the way we're seeing. The team, what we saw at Sporting Lisbon, is nothing like this Man United side. They played free at the back.
But is that because he hasn't got the personnel?
No, it's because of the level of the Premier League. He's getting pushed back. So that free is no longer a free. It's a 5. They're pressed back and they're very negative in the way they play. And he fails to identify the fact that you need legs in the middle of the pitch. And they're just getting run all over. And they did at the weekend with Casemiro largely in there on his own. I mean, what are you thinking playing that?
Well, we'll look at some of the clips in a minute. Let's have a look at the pure numbers. You said that Spurs deserved to win. XG suggests that they did just about do enough. 2.23 to Man United's 1.52. They had more shots, more on target, more possession. Mind you, I guess you could take away the big opportunity, the goal that James Maddison scored, and actually the XG would be quite similar. Yeah. And Man United did have some decent chances as well. Yeah,
it's fine margins. I mean, if Garnacho he has more quality, takes a little bit more time, takes his chances, we might be talking about, but we still don't take away from the performance. That's what we're here to talk about here. The performance of both sides wasn't fantastic in my eyes, but Man United lost the game. Like you say, it could have gone the other way, but let's have a look at this, the formations. When this team sheet comes in, if you're Ange Postecoglou and you're the midfield, for instance, I'm a midfield player, I want to see who I'm up against. Yeah. And once I see this, I know that we can be moving them into a 5 straight away because Kulusevski will go and play very aggressive and high and he will pin back. Sonny on the other side will go very, very high. So straight away, you would be pushing them back into a 5.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
That's exactly what you know. And you know that this little fellow is a very, very good footballer, but he only wants to play when he gets the ball. Out of possession, he gives you very little, and he's a free spirit. He runs everywhere. So I know that I'm going to isolate. What I'm going to end up doing is isolate this guy on his own. We know he's been a tremendous player, don't get me wrong. He's been absolutely magnificent. But to play on his own in the midfield if they've got anything, this midfield, it's legs. They can run, these players. And Maddison will get space, because there's no one going to put the pressure on him. No aggressive press from Manchester United. You know that from the start. So straight away, you're going to win the numbers game because they're going to be limited. And when you haven't got an out-and-out centre forward I don't think...
He would argue...
He's not the answer for me.
No, but in terms of the midfield, he would argue that he was down to the bare bones anyway. Yeah. So no Ugarte, no Mainu, no Ericsson. He's got so many injuries to deal with that's probably the only option that he had, isn't it?
But deal with it. deal with the injuries, push Doku forward, push your wing backs forward. Don't get pinned back. Stop it at source. Go and be more aggressive with your play. That's the only way you can do it, because the way they played and they went to 5, straight away, there's not going to be 5 strikers up there, so they're going to lose the numbers game. They're going to run from deep, and they're going to defend high in De Ligt and Maguire, and they're going to get caught in behind time and time again.
Let's highlight his problem, though. Look at the bench that he had at the weekend. He's got Victor Lindelof on the bench. He's only senior player, 30 years of age. The rest of them are all teenagers.
Yeah.
None of them have made a Premier League debut until yesterday.
Yeah.
So he would argue he hasn't got much option.
He will. You'd argue, and we've seen this man argue as well that he hasn't had an option. So Ange won't want me here to be feeling sorry for Amorim. I mean, he's suffered it himself.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. It's recognised names here on the bench, and they're very little there. I think they have to give the kids the opportunity to play. Don't just throw your best players onto the pitch and play them out of position, or like in Casemiro's case, you asked him to do a job that he's not capable of doing at the age what he is.
Should he have utilised this bench then more?
Well, when you're a manager, if you don't win, you get it wrong. He's got it wrong there. And the performance wasn't good enough for a Manchester United side. But we say it time and time again. We said it under Ten Hag, previous managers, and now we're saying it under Ruben Amorim. And we felt there was a clear identity when he come to the football club. There is no identity. The identity is 5 across the back, midfield what haven't got legs. You're out of centre forward, and you've got a hit and miss wide players who, one of them's quick. Look, Dalot was a big miss. He has been the main plus for them, and sadly he got injured during the week of the build up to the game. So he's a big miss. But let's not feel sorry for their injuries, because Tottenham have had loads of them.
Okay, let's get into the clips. Let's have a look at the first goal, the only goal of the game, through Maddison. Talk us through the goal then. United shape defensively, how they deal with things. Let's highlight him straight away. This is James Maddison up against Mazraoui. Yeah. So he's the goal scorer. He's the goal scorer, but there's 3. I don't know what they do. They end up in the back. He's pushed in here. Yeah. It's the first time anyone's jumped from their defensive line. Dorgu's
but Dorgu, you look where he ends up in the end. They end up as a 5 back here. Yeah.
So we'll play it on. So we've highlighted Maddison, the goal scorer. Dorgu, as you say, has gone in on Kulusevski for now. We'll play it on, what, 5-10 seconds. By the time we stop it now, they're in the back 5, aren't they? Yeah. So there's your 5. 1, 2, 3. You said you get pushed back. So Kulusevski's going to push Dorgu back, is what you said. Has done. Son's going to push down. Has done. Yeah. Exactly that.
So now, when this evolves, when the players drop into a deep areas, you expect Maguire, you expect De Ligt, whoever it is, Mazraoui, to jump and go and stop it at source, but they do not do that. They don't want to do that, Matt.
On his own, Casemiro in the middle of the pitch as well. We'll play it on, and I'm just going to stop it.
There they are.
Now. I'm going to stop it now. Maddison, the goal scorer. There he is. Kulusevski, Dorgu's left him. Yeah. Because he's, I don't know why, back into the back 5. Bergvall, free. Wrong side of Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro's jumped out because Garnacho's not in shape. All of a sudden, Tottenham have got 3 players in that number 10 position with nobody near them.
No pressure. They're going to get the ball on the back foot. They're going to be able to turn. But, like you said, Dorgu jumped about 1 minute earlier. So why is he not jumping now? What is the instruction from Ruben Amorim? When the players come in the 10 area, are we going to jump or are we going to stay back? Or are we going to let ourselves make the decision on the day? They seem to be doing it 1 minute, next minute they're not doing it. There needs to be a clear identity because you can't put a shield on because, like we talked about, we've got Casemiro there chasing the ball, going out from the midfield area, and you've got Bruno Fernandes who's not a break it up player. He wants to play when they get possession. He's very good at that. But there's no protection in here. For me, the way the Sporting Lisbon Ruben Amorim side played, they would jump into there. They would stop it at source. And then the goalkeeper would be out here. And if there was anything going over the top, they would be cleaning it up.
I guess the problem from that perspective for United is Maguire's not the quickest, doesn't want to get caught out by going in. De Ligt's not the quickest, doesn't want to get caught out by leaving that space in behind. I think that's why perhaps they don't necessarily jump out. Let's play it on, see how it develops. They work it, they keep it, filters it out wide. Maddison gets himself into that space. Son at the edge of the box, at the far post, and then nobody near Maddison. No one's alert, only him.
Good anticipation.
Very good anticipation.
But it's like you talked about, Matt, they don't jump. So what's their alternative? So they don't jump, they stay at home and do nothing.
So you've got 3 players free. I've also got a problem with this at the far post. If I look at this and I think, tell, Mazraoui, you come and do that. Dalot, that's your job. Son, yeah?
Yeah.
Play it on. When that ball filters out wide and it comes into the box, Dalot now is marking Tell. Mazraoui, free, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Play it on. Ball goes to the far post. Free effort on goal, really, for Son.
Yeah.
Don't deal with the first one. Don't anticipate. Find themselves a goal behind. I mean, defensively, there's so much wrong with it, isn't there?
So much wrong, but it's just the structure's all wrong. I mean, this is where I like this because it was a goal and it sort of ended up costing them. It was the winning goal. But this is continually, from the whole game, this is how their pattern was. The midfield and the back 5 had no relationship. And the midfield and the front players had no relationship. They were all individuals and doing whatever. They seemed like they were doing whatever they want. What has he been doing on the training pitch?
Where should the information be coming from?
The information
on the pitch I'm talking about now. So
well, they should know. Instinctively, he's had enough time. I don't care about there's been so many games. You have enough time to know how you want your team to play, and every player, even if they're not on the pitch, even if they're watching footage like we're watching here, and then the players would ask the manager, in this circumstance, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to jump? Do you want me to put pressure on early, or do you want me to drop deep? You can do it in a TV room, in the cinema, to watch exactly what the manager wants. I don't know what he's been doing all this time he's been there. He looks like he's been doing not too much.
I think, again, we can stop it here straight away. I think we stop it there. This is a really good view of Man United's shape. There's your back 5. Dalot's gone right in. So there's your back 5. Casemiro on his own, in midfield, on his own. So he's got people either side of him, free. You've got Bruno Fernandes, who's gone chasing after a ball that he can't win. This is Bruno Fernandes. He's gone chasing after a ball that he just simply can't win. Well, I don't know what the shape. I'm not quite sure what the shape is.
But they're never going to lose this ball, are they?
Mazraoui's saying to Dalot, you go in here and do that. That's where he should be. For me, I think that's where Dalot should be. Dalot should be doing that one. Dalot should be going there. Mazraoui should be dealing with Son.
Well, if he goes in there, but can't go in there now. The ball's already on its way. He should be on there.
He should have been there already.
And then they're in a very good position if they win it. Because they've got these guys up front. They've got 4 of them there ready to. It's too easy. Gets turned, drives with the ball. Look at Bruno there trying to chase him back.
He was free all game. Bergvall. Because Garnacho, who I think was asked to do a job like Bruno Fernandes from this left-hand side and trigger out. Bruno Fernandes was on the right-hand side and triggering out. I think he should have been in this sort of position.
Absolutely.
And much earlier.
Absolutely.
As well. I think that's what they were asking him to do.
But we don't know.
No.
And if you asked Garnacho, I'm not sure he could tell you the correct answer.
Again, talking about jumping out from defence. So I'm going to play this on just slowly. Tell comes short. If you just watch Tell, come short. Yeah? Watch this. So he comes into this position. Maguire's just stood. Because he's worried. Because he's worried about that spacing behind because he's got no pace. Doesn't want to trigger out.
But if they worked on it in training, they would know who comes. Whether the midfield player comes across or Maguire or De Ligt jump out or Mazraoui. Sometimes they were half-hearted and sometimes the midfield were coming across.
Keep your eyes on him. I mean, you're saying he doesn't offer you much out of possession, Bruno Fernandes. I think he works hard without the ball. I don't think he makes the right choices without the ball. Watch him go chasing.
I think he runs around, but with no effect.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So he's gone chasing after a ball there now. He's vacated midfield. He's ended up tracking Jed Spence all the way into the box. They get away with it. But again, Casemiro's in there on his own. Similar scenario.
Bruno telling him.
That's a brilliant clip. Let's just play that slowly.
He doesn't want to do that again.
Just keep your eyes on
the last thing Bruno wants to do is come across and chase.
Keep your eyes on Bruno Fernandes, and we'll play that slowly. We'll play this slowly. Look, he's saying to his team, get up and squeeze in. And he's absolutely right, because I think Dalot should be here already. But he should be dealing with him.
But what's this man doing? He's standing right there. Surely he's telling him. He must want him to do that. And if he wants him to do that, obviously Bruno, who's here, doesn't want him to do that. Because he's telling him to come up.
Well, Bruno's
they should be on the same page.
Out to this position. That's why.
If you worked on the training pitch tirelessly and you know the script, this man is meant to be a fantastic coach, and he would have been. Obviously, he works hard, but whatever he's teaching them is not working at the moment.
And he just runs past 3-4 red shirts.
And he's on his own again.
On his own again, as he was the majority of the game on that left-hand side of United's team.
Look at him. There's just no energy going out there. We were talking about Garnacho. Garnacho, when they win the ball, when he can run forward, he said he's happy to do that. He'll run like as quick as you like. When he's asked to run back towards his own goal, it seems like he's running with a stone in his shoe.
Yeah. Again, they're always half a yard off it, aren't they? If I look here, you've got 3 Tottenham players and you've got 3 Man United players. None of them really know who should be marking who. Watch the 3 against 3. All of a sudden, Mazraoui really is thinking I should be doing this one, but he hasn't gone all the way in with him. Bruno's gone in with him and Dallow's doing this one, but he's unsure.
Yeah.
Do I go? Do I not go? And he panics, doesn't he?
But he knows he can 1v1 against Bruno there, and now they've got a serious problem because they can just turn it round. They nick the ball there.
Is that what they're after? Is that what they're trying to do? Nick the ball high up by triggering out of that position like Bruno Fernandes did?
Yeah, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, where's the pattern out of possession?
Yeah.
We don't know that they haven't got a pattern in possession because they're so lopsided when they win the ball back.
Again, Dallow, are you doing Jed Spence? Yes? You're not doing him, are you? No, that's not your job. That's his job. Play it on. Watch what happens. You talk about getting into a back 5. All of a sudden, we'll stop it there.
Yeah.
That's a back 5 again.
Yeah.
Man United, instead of a back 3.
Yeah. But this plays into Ange's hands. I said to you, as soon as the team sheet comes in, he knows we're going to get these in a back 5.
Yeah, and they have done. And actually, I'll stop it again because look, the space, Bergvall.
I could do his job
all game. Either side, there's 2 of them. Either side of Casemiro.
Yeah.
Who's on there on his own again. Play it on.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure on the ball. Pick your pass. Get in behind.
Yeah.
And the shot.
Ends up in a shot on goal.
I mean, I'm sorry, Man United fans. I just can't give you any good news. I mean, it just looks like
late triggering again. Played through. It's just too easy, isn't it?
They're playing off the cuff, out of possession. They're playing off the cuff, in possession, and there's no. It doesn't look like there's going to be any different. They need a plan, and they need it very quick. But if he hasn't got any sort of idea up to now, I don't. You know, I'm like I said, I'm shocked. They're
probably fortunate. They're probably fortunate they're playing against Tottenham yesterday because if they were playing against Liverpool yesterday, they'd probably lose by a lot more, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, his record's been very poor since he's been at the club. And he talked when he first came in, he talked about the long-term project, and you can't keep changing managers.
No.
I understand that, but it's a Manchester United manager. You unfortunately don't have a long-term when you don't win the short-term. I mean, what's he won 4 games since he's been at the football club?
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
No,
it's Manchester United.
For all we've said about them out of possession, they actually did create some chances in the game, had some good chances in the game as well. Didn't do that often enough. Holland running against Ben Davies.
Yeah.
Standing him up, getting his shot away.
They create chances because they've got some decent players.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be very, very interesting if you asked Ange Postecoglou and he'd give you a straight answer if he would have took their squad over a Tottenham squad yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, probably not because of the kids who were on the bench and they couldn't make any changes or he didn't wish to make any changes.
Yeah.
But they've still got good players, Manchester United, I believe. There's a lot who are not good enough who should be nowhere near a Man United shirt.
This chance, Garnacho.
It's just quality. I mean,
his first touch is good. His first touch is perfect. Takes it onto his right foot.
And his second one the best, isn't it?
Well, no, his second one. He's missed some good chances, hasn't he, Garnacho, of late?
Xerxes, I'm not sure what he is. I mean, this is a decent enough chance. I mean, it's an easy save for them.
Could he pick out Holland?
Of course, that's the moments there. We just need a little bit of composure just to find the correct pass at the right time.
Good save.
This is a very good save. Yeah, deep down to his bottom right-hand corner there. But yeah, everything good what comes from Man United comes from Bruno when they're in possession. But you know, their strength is their weakness because out of possession, you need that guy to just conserve his energy. And
where are the goals going to come from in this United team?
Well, they're not, are they? I mean, not going to come on a consistent basis. They need some, and that's how I feel watching Man United at the moment. The way the manager's looking there, I mean, just it's sad to see. I mean, the decline of Man United. I think we're talking about the worst Man United in the history of the Premier League. Well, I have not seen a worse team than Man United. This Man United side. Man United never fielded a worse side than what they're fielding at the moment in the Premier League history, in my eyes.
Well, the numbers would probably go with you as well. United's last 12 in the Premier League, they've won 3, drawn 1, lost 8 of the last 12 games. In that time period, Man United have lost 8, Tottenham and Wolves have both lost 8, Leicester and Southampton. I mean, Wolves, Leicester and Southampton are 3 of the bottom 4. We know that Tottenham have had the injury problems that they've had and they've been in disarray. Man United have got injury problems now, but they haven't had those injury problems or the depth of those injury problems for the last 2 months, and yet 8 defeats since the 4th of December.
Yeah, but I don't like managers talking about injuries. I don't like Tottenham when Ange was doing it. We've done it far too much, but as a manager, you try and look to self-preservation, and Man United certainly can't look at injuries. You know, when he's had his players fit, he's chopping and changes, doesn't know the personnel which is the best for him, and he also doesn't know the system, how he wants to play. We know how he thinks he wants to play, but he's not doing that because of the strength of the Premier League pushes you back into a 5 rather than a 3, and then the wide players are not helping out the midfielder or isolated. And unfortunately, when you haven't got a centre forward, you've got no chance. Man United without a centre forward, I've never seen it. Holland is not the answer, and Xerxes, I don't know what he is.
I wonder what Leroy thinks. Let's head over. Leroy, I wonder if you're a bit more optimistic about Man United than Tim is.
Well, it's hard to be. You saw Man United created opportunities, and you think that they're so lacking in confidence. And Garnacho's chance, 23 minutes, they get that chance, you're thinking, you know, that they're in that game, you know, and they've got, but they've got to find some confidence from somewhere. And like Tim's saying, he's come in, implemented a system, but the first thing you have to do as a manager is get your players confident.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think he's done that. I think he's concentrate on the system instead of the individuals. And as you said, there's good players. Get them at the top of their confidence before you start trying to play in a certain way, and which they're nowhere near at the moment.